Europe. And Uncle Jay, is that when you had surgery?
No, it was coming back. It was 71. No, we went back to Korea from here in 71. We left Korea in 60.
Well, was it I remember we were touring Europe with.
When his surgery came up.
Your surgery was in 1968.
No, yeah. Wait a minute.
I guess my kidney stone operation is
I don't remember when we were coming home from furlough through Europe.
1968, and that's when Uncle Jay called, or you had someone call Dad, and then we came home so that you could be with Jay for the
James
surgery.
And Darlene. I made a tour of Scotland.
Yeah. Because I have that memory. And was it your kidney stone surgery?
Yeah. Yeah, they had to slice here.
Whoa.
And get it out. Oh, to regress back to the tornado, after the folks went down to the Burgesses, I was at the house, and Doug Isaacs, fellow I was going to graduate with, made it into town. They lived south in the country, and he was making his way downtown through the debris and everything. And he parked his car down by the railroad tracks, which is about 3 blocks. And I said, Doug. He said, Jay, can I help you with anything? I said, Doug, if you would, let's get in your car and take me across the river. We have some friends that live across the river, and I want to call Gene, my brother. And so we did that, and I called Gene. Gene said, I'll alert the rest. And the next morning,
that's when we came.
Huh?
The family came up the next morning. Do you remember, was that a Saturday morning?
It was on a Monday that the tornado hit. It was Tuesday.
Oh, it was Tuesday. Because
Dad, Roy 20s came on Monday.
And so, Dad, we drove up early Tuesday morning, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. You bet.
And I just remember having to drive through the debris. And then seeing that huge house being so devastated.
Yeah. So the rest is history, and I graduated. I went to OU for a couple of years, and then I finished up at East Central.
I thought so. Yeah.
And Jan, was my first wife. We had 2 children, Michael and Katie. And no, that's my grandchildren.
Yes, I was going to say this.
Had Michael and Elizabeth Jane.
Yeah.
She was 2 years old when we got a divorce.
Right.
And Michael was 5 and a half, I think, because he had started school. And we were married 7 years. And I went 11 years as a bachelor. I was in Oklahoma City. At one time I had my own chicken place.
Well, you did?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Charlie and Jay's Chicken, this buddy that I worked with. And that was a bust. But we had fun doing it. But anyway, I worked for Western Citizen Steakhouses at that time. And so I drove home on a Saturday, had the day off, and to see if the folks needed anything, groceries and I'd usually go down and pay the grocery bill, whatever it was, and generally just check upon them in the house. And I was driving back that Saturday afternoon, and I had an engagement to take this girl home that worked at this hotel. So as I was driving back from Conroe to Oklahoma City, which is about 95 miles, I prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, I am sick and tired of being a bachelor. I said, 11 years, I'm just sick of it. I said, please let me meet a woman that I can have an intelligent conversation with. And I had sort of a companion. And that that night I met Betty. She was, I was in the lounge there, having a drink, waiting on this girl to get off work. And this lady sat on the bar stool next to me, and I looked at her and I said, well, Heidi. She said, well, Heidi back. I fell in love with her right there. And so we started dating. She was going through a divorce. She had been married for 36 years to this guy that gave her a lot of mental abuse, and but she stayed in it because of the security, because he had a good job with Sinclair Oil, and she had just recently got this divorce. It was a nasty divorce, and she wasn't too sure. This is blinking over here. Flashing. Let's see. We have dead air.
I hope this has been recording.
John, you learned anything?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to go to Falls Creek every year too,
Oh, did you?
growing up. Yep. Then Texas Week,
My God.
and so your parents were at the Kanawha Lodge or the Ada Lodge.
We had 2 stories. One down for the boys and the girls stayed upstairs.
Your parents were at. We stayed in. Our church stayed in too. You know where the baseball field is.
Yeah.
The girls stayed in, I think, Trinity Cabin.
Uh-huh. That was a big one.
Yeah,
Wow.
stone one,
Trinity was
2-story.
that from Oklahoma City.
And then we stayed in a white one across this other side of the baseball field. I can't remember which one.
Was that Trinity kind of on a hill?
It was a stone. It was next to where the baseball where you would sit and watch the baseball games.
Okay.
And it was I think it was Trinity. I think we stayed, and I think the boys stayed in Hobart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved Devil's Bathtub, and I know I can relate to what you were talking about with the tabernacle and having 4,000 kids singing. Those are pretty amazing. In the tabernacle.
You betcha. With the old wooden carved on.
Yep.
Every inch was
all
It was carved for 50, 100 years. I don't know how long.
I know it. They probably whittled them down to that.
Yeah.
Are we still recording?
Yes.
Not,
Visually?
hang on, I'm checking it.
Well, you are recording here. So.
Yeah, we're recording here.
Do you want me to
So
stop it?
hopefully we're good. We have redundant system.
This is jogging a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Have we used up all the tape?
No, I think we still got it. I'm not sure. I just hope.
Did I blaspheme?
No, the tape.
We got modems now and
Yeah.
log on.
All right, so we're about to get started. Good deal. Good deal.
How long can you record something?
Well, from the time it stopped.
Yeah.
It's what happened was, as soon as it gets a call, somebody's trying to reach. I guess Marilyn's trying to call me. It stopped the recording, and we had Dad.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked for an hour and 21 minutes.
Wow.
What do you
Did
think,
Marilyn
John?
shut us off?
Have we?
Dad,
Marilyn shut us off?
If Marilyn shut, yeah. Well, or whoever called. I'm guessing it was Marilyn, but it may not have been. So.
Dad, can you last longer, or are
Can
you
you
not
last
done
longer,
with this?
or are you pretty
I'm
beat?
pretty tired.
Okay.
Well,
Why don't we stop it now? and if
okay.
we want to
This
come
is
back
still
to it.
it's still going, right?
It is.
Okay. Why don't we stop for now, and maybe we can pick this up a little bit later. But I really appreciate it, Uncle Jay and Dad.
Yeah, it brought a lot of memories to me too.
Well, a lot of memories, but also like, okay, Dad, what I found fascinating was that the story about, what's his, your cousin-in-law who was down in the plane. What was his first name?
Otis Perryman.
Otis?
Otis.
Otis. You thought it was happened in the Pacific,
Yeah,
and then talking to his wife,
Daughter.
your daughter.
a daughter, you found that where it actually happened.
Yeah.
And that is what's so fascinating about history to me.
Okay, let's find out what islands are off the coast of East Africa? I guess that would be East Africa. What islands?
But
Now,
that's
in
unusual.
Alaska, that's it.
Well, are you going back to the Otis's plane?
Yeah.
If you saw his name in Hawaii, then it probably means he was in the Pacific, because that's where they would have had that memorial would have been representing the Pacific.
During European theater, B-29 were seldom used.
Because I remember hearing about the Azores.
The Azores. Uh-huh.
Now that's off the coast of Alaska, right?
Now the Azores are,
They're off the coast of Africa, aren't they?
yes.
That's what the daughter told me.
Azores.
Maybe there were some used, but as I said, the B-29 when it first came out, which were wrecked,
Was a death trap, huh?
dangerous.
Yeah. But that's what's so fascinating to me about history in general, but especially family history.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as a family therapist, that's what I do. I explore people's history
And memories.
and understandings about what's going on based on what has happened.
Well, see what Jimmy did with Mother and Dad was okay, but I wanted the camera was located facing the back of a couch,
Oh, oops.
and there wasn't any visuals.
Not like this. then.
Not like this.
Yeah. No, this is great. This is
And
great.
I didn't enjoy it.
Well, this was, like I said, this was enlightening, and I appreciate the oldest and youngest. Just like I'm the